So, for this past year, I have been trying to watch all of Christopher Nolan's directed films so that I can make a video ranking them at the end. I currently have only the following to watch and 3 more to make videos about, not including the Dark Knight trilogy. After watching 8 of his past films this year, it has gotten me accustomed to his creative style, or in other words, the elements that seem to cross over into each film. Christopher Nolan's 9th directed film that came out back in 2014 takes and fuses all of his best elements into one film called Interstellar, a film that embodies Thomas Merton's definition of art. Art enables us to find ourselves and lose ourselves at the same time. That is the best description about how I felt after watching this film. But why? When I sat down to make this video, that is the question that kept coming up. Why? Why is this film so special? The reason that I eventually settled on is what I was just talking about. Its way of accumulating all the high qualities, elements of Christopher Nolan films is what made this one so special. The first element that I have to talk about is the music. Almost all of the 8 that I've seen so far have had a score that embodies their respective film, whether it's the score that added the tension and creativity to Oppenheimer, or the precious gap between time, dreams, and reality in Inception. Hans Zimmer made a score that helps mold this movie, elevating it between the stars, or by definition, Interstellar. It's such a pivotal piece that helped craft this movie by somehow beautifully resonating a sound for the many facets of space and time. It even evokes the emotion of uncertainty, the unknown of space, and the essence of time. I don't know if that makes sense, but that is just what comes to my mind when I think about this soundtrack, or when I listen to the soundtrack. Just listen to the soundtrack. Ultimately, what I'm trying to say is that it gives many scenes in this film as a whole an allure that many other movies fail to attain. However, I don't care how alluring or powerful a score is, it by no means can pull a movie from the depths of bad writing. Just look at season 8 of Game of Thrones. Outstanding music, some of the best in the series, but considered the worst season. And that is why the next element has to be the storytelling. A facet I've been impressed by in the past 8 films, from the creativity of Inception to the payoffs like in Memento, and even the confusing qualities like in Tenet. This one has a simple, and I mean simple, main plot. A guy has to save humanity from extinction. But that single premise opens up to a story that has remarkable payoff, with Murph and her ghost, to unreal groundness and believability, to complex, entertaining predicaments, all while showcasing relatable, powerful themes. Themes like the power of love and sacrifice, to intriguing ones like the exploration of space, the values of humanity, and the impact of time. So many great themes, and honestly, I can make a whole video just talking about this little element of this film. But in the end, the 2 elements that I have talked about so far just balance with each other. The music gives an allure to a riveting story. 2 key elements building off each other, making a special movie. Another element I want to talk about is the acting, specifically with the lead role, another staple point in these films. Whether it's Al Pacino in Insomnia, Guy Pearce in Memento, and now to Matthew McConaughey. And of course, I don't want to discredit all the other actors and actresses by any means, because there were memorable performances all around that simply gave this movie and Matthew an opportunity to do what it did and shine. All of the characters have interesting storylines that cross with each other due to great writing, but also acting from so many different people. But the main spotlight is on Cooper. Cooper was brilliantly brought to life by Matthew, who brought believable aspects in the character and brought humanity, making him an inspirational, relatable character. Bringing alive memorable scenes with the docking sequence to the raw joy mixed with sadness in seeing his kids age in the matter of hours. Truly was a masterclass by the way he conveyed complex range of emotions that was required by this character. Now, the last element I want to talk about is the visuals. Interstellar is a highly ambitious film, and they were able to meet that ambition with phenomenally capturing this movie with stunning visuals. Just look at some of these shots. Beautiful shots, and to me what sells them is the attention to detail and care that went into them. I mean, they planted 500 acres of corn for this movie, and that right there just sums it up. It's the quality and care that they put into this film. You can just tell the amount of passion and love behind this movie, something that feels either to be lacking or failing to translate in movies recently. You can find this attention to detail and care everywhere, especially in the dialogue. This film is a gold mine of quotes. Quotes like, "Once you are a parent, you are the ghost of your children's future." Or, to another one by Cooper, "We used to look up at the sky and wonder at our place in the stars. Now we just look down and worry about our place in the dirt." And then to the last one, "Murphy's Law doesn't mean that something bad will happen. It means whatever can happen will happen." And that sounded just fine to us. There's so many quotes that pop out, and I know I'm missing a lot of them, just like I know I'm missing many other talking points. But I just wanted to hit on the main premise of why I think this movie is great. And that is because of all the elements, including ones I didn't talk about, coming together, making a movie that made me think and inspired me. But again, I know I'm missing a lot of points, which is why I would love to hear what you thought of this movie if you've watched this far. First of all, did you even like it? And if so, why? I genuinely would love to hear why. And do you think Interstellar is Christopher Nolan's best film of all time? My answer is I don't know, because I have not seen them all just yet. Anyways, thank you for watching and have a great rest of your 2024 year. Peace.